October Daily Live. All right, I'm pulling up things real quick, getting situated. Oh, my hands are cold. Okay. And that should do that. Okay. And I also need to grab this. All right, so let's see if this is gonna pop over. Oh, it is. Awesome. Yay. Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Let me speed that up so it's current. Okay. Looks good, and it might just take a second to clear. There we go. We're good. We're good. Hello. Hi. How is everyone doing today? How's your day going? We are going to be working on two stories today, number 21 and 22. Let me grab them real quick. All right. I'm not as prepared today as normal because I was trying to crunch in and get as many photos edited as possible. And I'm about halfway there. Halfway. So hopefully I'll be able to get to the rest. I have started going back through all of my October daily layouts that we've done thus far. I've taken pictures every day of the layouts. I just hadn't had a chance to sit down and edit all of those pictures. That's what I'm working on today. Hopefully I'll have that done by this evening. That is my goal. That would be very, very nice. And then I can work on editing videos again. It's all a thing, you know, it's all a process. So anyway, I bring that up just to say that over the course of the rest of today, potentially tomorrow, I'm going to update all of the Patreon posts, these live posts with photos of the layouts created in those videos. I'm also adding them to an album over on the Facebook page. So if you want to check out the actual pictures, since I know the video footage sometimes can be a little hit or miss in terms of how clear it is and the amount of detail that you can see, whereas in a picture you get a lot more detail. So if you want to check any of those out, I am working through them. I think I've got up to story 14 currently, and I just finished editing 15 before I came over here, but I didn't have a chance to put it in all the places yet. So anyway, I was working on that all morning and didn't come over here and take everything out just to make sure I got everything I need. So let me quickly just see what I'm going to need here and make sure I've got it all. That one's going to be easy. It's just this one. I think I'm going to need my envelope punch board, and that should be it. So let me grab that out of the closet, and then we'll get started. So tell me about your day yesterday. Oh, sorry. Lots of noise. Tell me about your day yesterday and or your day today. What are you guys up to today? Jonah went to school today, which is awesome. And he did very well, because normally when he's home for a long time, he's kind of a stinker about going back to school again. Fights me on it, but today he did okay. All right, so let's switch you to the table view, and we'll get going from there. I know, I'm so excited that he's feeling better. He's been sleeping through the night, and it's just starting to feel like life is back to normal again, you know, which it will be normal for about 2 days, and then, you know, the next thing will happen. Who knows what that's going to be, but I feel like that's just life. That's how it works. All right, so here we go. Risa, you got your flu shot and your second COVID booster this morning. Ooh, that's something Erin and I were talking about, that we need to go get boosters. And I know Izzy needs a booster. Jonah needs his. So it's just like we gotta go get all that taken care of too. So I hear you on that. All right, so I'm gonna set aside that punch board for now. I'm gonna need it for this one. But we're going to get started with story number 21. Oh, also funny story, kind of funny. I'm usually very good about double checking what the last layout was before designing my next one. Totally didn't realize that story 19 was just one page. and then story 20 is here. So I'm going to have to come up with a filler page to put in here. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I'll have to think about it. But that's something I'm going to have to do. So anyway, I put this in here yesterday and I was like, oh, dang it. I can't believe I did that. You know, where it's like I'm going to have to add extra bulk just because I made a mistake. And extra bulk being another page. So I might stamp out a quote. I might do a full page photo. I don't know. I got to figure something out for that. The textured page that we made yesterday turned out really cool. I really, really love this. So yesterday I took some texture paste. I live went away to a white screen yesterday. Tried to log back in and it wouldn't let you. That's super weird, Terry. I didn't hear that from anybody else, but I'm curious too if that's something. Did anybody experience anything weird with the live yesterday? Weird. Hi, Sam. Hello, everybody. Hello. So, yes, yesterday we made the textured star page here. So this was texture paste plus purple acrylic paint, and I put it through a stencil, which is the prompt, or the design prompt for this one is stencils. So this is the stencil portion. This is going to go next to one of my favorite photos that I've taken so far this season, which is this picture of Izzy and my niece May holding hands walking inside of the zoo, which is something we did over the weekend. Then last night I sat down with Izzy and I asked her some questions where I started the question to her. I said, if you were a witch, and then I asked her the question. So if you were a witch, I said, would you be a good witch or a bad witch? And she said that she would be a good-ish bad witch. Sometimes she would be bad and sometimes she would be good. I asked her how, you know, when would she, you know, why would she be the two different things and when, and she's like, I don't know. And so that's just the answer. I asked her what her witchy nickname would be, and she said, Witchy, Izzy the Witchy. I asked her what kind of powers would she have. She said that she would be able to make portals, move things with her mind, and she would be able to fly. She would fly on a purple broom into the night. And she would also have the ability to control people's minds. I asked her what kind of animal would be her familiar, and she said it would be a weird purple cat. It wouldn't be weird, but it would be kind of weird because there aren't really cats that are purple. I asked her, what is the first spell you would cast? She said, I would turn a prince into a frog. That would help me start a new fairy tale. And then I asked her, how would you use your powers to make the world a better place? And she said, I would make it so people could play math games whenever they wanted. It would make the world better because people would practice math more and grow bigger minds, big fat minds. There's her answers. I always love doing these types of interviews with the kids because they come up with the silliest, just the silliest things. So what I'm going to do for this one is it's going to be very, very simple because the hard part or the tedious part, right, was this right here. I did this yesterday though because it needed to dry before I could actually work with it. So the page here is 5 1/4 by 8. The vellum that I printed this on, actually I don't remember. Ooh, I should go find that out. Let me go find that out, how big this is. I should have cut it down, but I did not. If you were a witch. Okay, it is 4 1/4 by 7 1/4. So 4 1/4 by 7 1/4. Okay. So that is that. And then what I want to do is I want to add it onto here. I think I'm just going to stitch it down on the top and on the bottom with my sewing machine. I purposefully made it skinnier than top. Like there's a little bit of room around the top and the side, the two tops, right? Let me see if I can position this where it makes a little bit more sense. I wanted there to be more space over here because this is going to be punched with holes to go into the album. I'm thinking probably right there. To hold this all down, I'm going to use an alligator clip because that just pinches it together. And then this will go through the sewing machine to put a stitch at the top and a stitch at the bottom. I don't need the sewing machine for the next one, so I'll just go ahead and get this done. And then I also pulled out two number 21s. I kind of like them up here in this top corner. I have a bluish one, which I actually kind of like that. It plays off the blue tones of Izzy's hat, which I think is nice. Purple has a lot of blue in it too, or I've got the wood veneer one, but I like this one better for sure. That's going to be the one. So that one will go up there. I don't think there's any, no, there's no plastic covering on it. I must have already taken that off. So I think I'll just put that up there, and maybe I'll see if I've got a tiny phrase sticker that I want to combine with this. And I'll just like staple it there. These have been a favorite for sure, working in this particular album, trying to keep my bulk down. The plastic. I purchased them, they came as an add-on, I think, for the list story kit from Ellie Edwards, and then there was another one where there was an add-on with numbers, and I always buy them because even if they're not red or green, you know, orange or black, or they don't go with a stereotypical holiday color scheme, generally they still work because the yellows work, the blues work, they always work. So I always get those when I can. Let me grab my sewing machine so we can get that on there. And then we'll go from there. I have gold in here. I'm just going to leave it as gold. So that's fine. I don't change my threads very often if I can help it. Just because it's obnoxious to thread these machines. And it just takes time. Gold works for me. All right, so I'll do that. Yours ended abruptly too. The stenciling. Huh. That's super weird. I wonder, I'm gonna have to go to the replay and make sure that it was there. That's interesting to know. Actually, I'm curious. I'm gonna look at that right now because I'm curious. Like, what the heck? Okay, so it looks like the replay does have the stenciling. I just went over there and popped it on to make sure. That's so weird that the live part cut out for some of you and it didn't cut out for everyone. That's also like, I don't know, weird stuff. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stitch this down. I'm not gonna go side to side. I think I'm just gonna kind of do like a little bit in the center here and a little bit in the center down at the bottom, and then call that a day. So here we go. right. All right, so that's all I need that for. It looks like I didn't do a perfect job, but that's okay. It'll be fine. It'll still lay flat. That's all that matters. Okay, so that is that. Now, let's grab some tiny phrase stickers. Don't want to use orange. Maybe black, but I don't know. Maybe not black. Here for the candy. That's funny because that's kind of true. I don't really want to do pink because there's no, like, it's very purpley, you know? So none of those. But I kind of like here for the candy. I kind of like all dressed up. All dressed up is black. Here for the candy, white. What else we got? Which way to the candy? Okay. Well, that just made my mind. Made it up right there. It's right like this. Because she's a witch, right? And they're looking for candy. All right, which way to the candy? Do I have anything? Purple. Purple's like, you know, one of the most uncommon colors for scrapbooking, which is fine. You know, I get it. I get it. But also, it's Izzy's favorite color. So it would be nice if there was more. All right, so I also have somewhere over here, I think, maybe not. I have chipboard stars somewhere, but I don't know what I did with those. All right, I don't know what I did with my chipboard stars. I had some, but I think maybe I'll just use some of these white ones, or a white one maybe. Where's my tweezers at? So I feel like it needs like one other thing up here, you know? You maybe just like, maybe just like that. Okay, that's probably good. 21. If you were a witch. Yeah, I could make my own. I could color these and make them purple, and that would work too. But that's all right. Okay, so that's going to be story 21. So that one's really simple just because, you know, this is so busy. I didn't want to do anything real busy with anything else. And I love this picture, so I don't want to cover it with anything either. I just want it to be a simple, nice little spread. So that one will go in here like so. Like so. All right, so then let's do story 22. Now yesterday, if you weren't here, you haven't watched the replay from yesterday, a lot of my stories are going to be from the same day, from the same event, multiple stories, same event. And I'm okay with that because we had a lot of things, or we did a lot of things over the weekend that were Halloween related. So they all happened on, let's say, Saturday. And, you know, I'm just going to tell multiple stories worth of that same day, which to me is a benefit, I think, of doing these albums from the perspective of stories rather than days, because I like to just tell the stories of whatever floats my boat for that day. Okay, so the design prompt for this one is envelopes, which means dun, 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 I get to pull out my envelope punch board, which is one of my favorite things to do every Halloween and Christmas season. I always bring this out and make these because I love tiny envelopes. Who doesn't? So let me show you what I've got pulled here, and we'll go from there. So what I want to do is create a grid layout for this one that includes some envelopes inside of the grid. Trying to add the envelopes in, but have it not be too bulky, which we'll see. We'll see how we succeed or not at this. So what I've done is I've created a grid here, and I've got journaling and I've got photos. I'm going to see if I can remember where everything goes real quick. These are all pictures from a zoo event that we went to with my sister, my parents, and my sister-in-law, Caitlin, May, and her husband, Alex. So I've got a few photos. This one's my dad and Isabella. This is our whole group that went. Jonah and Aaron were supposed to go with us, but neither of them was feeling well, so we just left them at home, and Izzy and I went with everybody else. This is Izzy and May in like the barn area, and they also had a bunch of events and games that you could play throughout the course of the zoo. So you could trick or treat, get some candy, play games, do activities, and it was a really fun time. And we all dressed up because that's what we do. So then I've got May playing a game down here. This is like a string maze game. And then a picture of Izzy and me next to an information thing about ravens, which I thought was very suitable to our witchy costumes. So then these two open spaces here are where I'm going to put my envelopes, right? They're going to be 2 inches by 3 inches. I could have done them smaller, but I don't know the measurements. I have down pat my measurements for a 2x3 and not for anything else. And I didn't want to mess around with it too much. So I'm just going to go with that size because that's what I'm familiar with. I have also printed off 4 sections of journaling. So it becomes like one long story of our experience at this event. And my intent is to adhere them back to back and stick one in each of the pockets so it will hold the story. In addition to that, I've already pulled out some different numbers as things I could potentially use. Are those the only 2 I got? Yep, I've got some labels that I might want to add onto the photos potentially, and then some die cuts that I might want to embellish the envelopes themselves with. And then I have 3 envelope options. I'm just going to go ahead and make all 3 of them, and then I'll choose 2 of the 3 because I don't know which 2 I like the best, you know. To make the envelopes, I've cut down my pattern papers to a 4 inch by 4 inch square. Then I've got my punch board here, and I know there's like a mini punch board. I think this is just the regular one. I'm not exactly sure. But what you're going to do, I'll do it on this one, is we're going to, you know what, on second thought, let me do just a random piece of paper first because I want to know which direction these go in, because I want to make sure that my patterns are right side up. So we're going to trim down a 4 by 4. I love these because they don't take a lot of paper either. They're a pretty small amount of paper. Okay, so then what you're going to do is line it up at 1.75 inches, which is right there. Once you have it there, you punch it with the circle, and then we're going to use the line A, envelope score line A, to score it. So it looks like that's probably going to be the top. And then from here, you line up the score line that you just made with the one on the opposite side. So the measurements don't matter as much here because you're just using your own scored line. To create it. Okay. So the first one created the top. right? So if this is the top, that's cool. If this is the top, no. Yeah, I kind of want this one to be the top. You will go like that, that, and then this one needs to have that. Okay. This just helps me figure out where to get this started. Okay, so let's go ahead and punch some envelopes. So punch and score. Line that up. Punch and score. And we'll just do this on all 4 sides for all 3 of these envelopes. And one more. And then there's also at the top, one of the sections here is a corner rounder, and the other one makes this little, like, what do they call it? A corner slitter. I do not want to slit the corner, but I do want to round it. So I'm going to put this into the top section here and punch it so it rounds all my corners. And then there's my first one. So we'll go ahead and make all of these and then move on to the next part. So today we were supposed to have, or Jonah was supposed to have, a dentist appointment, but it got canceled at the last minute. Like Aaron came and told me about 30 minutes ago, maybe about 5 minutes before we started here, that it was canceled. Which is, you know, I'm actually kind of okay with that. I don't really want to go do that today. You know what I really need to do today is grocery shop. Badly. We need some food in this house. We have no food in this house. To meal plan and grocery shop. Meal plan. Do you guys have any meal suggestions? What's something you've eaten recently that's been really good? I feel like we're not constantly making the same thing all the time. I don't know, just sometimes it feels all the same, you know? Last night, so one of my favorite things to do is to make homemade sloppy joes, which we made last week. And then we had leftovers because we just never eat it all. And then we make hot dogs to eat with the leftovers. Shoot. Score it, Crystal, score it. Anyway, we made hot dogs, and then so they're kind of like Coney dogs, except you put the sloppy joes on top, and I just nicknamed them, to be silly, a sloppy dog, and eat it that way. It's so good. I think I like it more than Coney dogs because it's got a little bit of sweetness to it from the sloppy joe. It's so yummy. But what's on your menu this week? Emma, you're meal planning right now. Tell me what you're going to make. What are you making this week? Because that's what I need to do after I pick up the kids. I probably should have done it earlier so that I could have gone to the grocery store, you know, when I picked them up. But I didn't do that. So I'll have to figure it out. All right, there's all those. What are you making? Okay, so that can be put away now. This is all garbage. All right, so now I can go ahead and fold these down and press it with my bone folder just to get a nice crease there. These are always so cute. They're so cute. That's one. 3. Okay. So we've got those little envelopes folded up. Now the other thing I want to do to make it easier to grab this stuff out from them is to trim off the top part of the envelope here. So I'm just going to take some scissors and cut it maybe like right there. Not too concerned about, well, it is a little crooked. It's hard to tell sometimes. Okay, that looks about right. Okay, so then we'll use that as our template here. To cut them all. Okay. All right, so with that part done, now we can adhere them. Also, Risa, I totally saw your thing about the adhesive on scrapbook.com and threw some in my shopping cart. Just need to figure out if there's anything else I need from them. So thank you for sharing that. And if anybody else is looking for adhesive right now, scrapbook.com has theirs 50% off. Just as a heads up. Okay. So we got those taped down. Bam, bam, bam. Done, done, done. All right, so the other thing I typically do with these, because I want them to stay down, is I will use those cute little, whatchamacallem? Oh, they're right here because I got them out yesterday. Okay. Cute little Velcro dots to attach them so that they stay down when I am not getting into them. So we'll go one little dot for each of these. I just put it in the top corner of the envelope and fold it down. I know for sure I make a layout every single year for both October daily and December daily. Like usually the design is different, but these are always a part of it, which makes, it really does make the investment in the tool, the getting of the envelope punch board, it makes it more worth it to me if I try to get it out during the seasons to use. Okay, so there's that. And put that in here. Okay. All right, so here's the 3. So now it's just a question. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll add these first, these back to back. Because these two go together and these two go together. So we'll stick them back to back. Okay. And all I did for this journaling is just kind of talk about like my sister inviting us to go, it being a no-brainer, Aaron and Jonah not feeling good and staying home, and then the different events that the zoo had while we were there, the different activities the kids could do, the things they like to do the most, and made sure to note that I would definitely go back to it in future years, and that I actually liked it better than the Zoo Boo that's put on by the Detroit Zoo, which is the ones that we're members at. But this one was free, and I felt like it was just more family friendly. There was more to do. Okay, so those are the photos. So I'm thinking right? So I've got this like pumpkin one, I've got a black and white one. Where the blue, like the kitty blue and the orange. I think I kind of like this combination the best, just because there's not a lot of orange in our pictures. And I can add some orange with some of that stuff. Okay, so this one I'm just gonna put into my stash. Actually, I'll just put it over here into my die cuts of things I can use later. All right, so then before I go sticking everything down, I also wanted to see, I pulled this one out, but it's so big. Although, I mean, that's not too bad. That's kind of cool. I mean, that could work. Alternatively, we could do this trick or treat banner with the puffy number 22, which is much smaller. Actually, this trick or treat banner could go like at the top of it. Like that, maybe. This is what RIP admit one. We could put the moon on there with the 22 over the stars. That actually is kind of cool. And then the RIP ticket. Okay. Like I'm kind of like that. And then I was thinking potentially of like, let me see if I can get some of these out real quick. So I was thinking about putting some labels on here just so I could jot down like the location and the event name. Probably not the green one though. I had another little set of these, but maybe I didn't. Although that one kind of works. I did it like something like that, or actually this could go up there. And then this one could go like down here maybe. Okay, you like the banner and the small puffy. Hey, Millie. Ooh, I'm totally going through all of your comments here as soon as I'm done and seeing everybody's suggestions for dinner this week. Love it. Okay, that is definitely too big. So that is certainly out. This, I could also, like, what if we just simplified it down and did like the 22 up there, the trick or treat here, could do that and then just add the information right on that. And just leave it, you know? Do I have anything, anything else that I would want to put on there? That's too big. No. No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really want anything green or anything like that. I do kind of like this. That one is so cute on one of these, but it covers up the entire thing. Which is I'm like, I don't know if I want that because I like the kitties. They're cute. So I'm almost thinking I'm just gonna leave it like this because I like the kitty pattern, you know. And I like the blue that it ties in, and this, it just seems very plain. I think I'm just struggling with the plain. So I don't always do plain. What if I have, do I have any like, like the star? Okay, gather. Do I have a candy that's big enough, or I have a star? Maybe I could put it inside of the star. I'll try that here in a second. Let's put all this stuff back in. Back in there. I was also thinking like maybe if I have a candy that's big enough, that could work. It's all too big, all too big. No, so I have an idea. It's just, you know, do I have anything that makes it work? None of that. No, no, no. No, no. Thinking it might be that one star. I'm hoping. All right, so yeah, because there's not really anything else. Anything else is a little too big. Maybe that one though. Doesn't have the black in it. All right, so here's my thought. What if we put the, first of all, are any of these big enough, or are these both, no, too small. Too small for you, but this might work if it's like a star with the number 22, just so you can actually see the 22 and it doesn't blend in so much. I feel like that works. Or this one has black on it. I like the not black one better. I might do that just because I feel like that helps you actually see it. So I think that might be what I do. All right, so let's stick some stuff down here. All right, so I'm gonna start with this. Sometimes you get to a point where you just got to make a decision, right? Just like do something, stick it down. It's not gonna be the end of the world, because you know what? Tomorrow I'm gonna be putting together more layouts, so we don't need to dilly-dally too much and fret over all the things. Okay, so we're gonna put trick or treat banner on here like that. I'm going to grab a little pen. Hopefully, yep, that's a good one. And I want to put Zootacular. Okay, Zootacular Potter Park. Lansing, Michigan. Okay, and then this we'll add the little tiny 22 to it. Put that on here. That way we can still see the kitties. All right, and then from there, it's just gonna be a sticking down of all the things. So we'll put journaling part 1 in here and journaling part 2 in here. What? This one ended up being smaller. Well, how did I do that? All right. Hopefully I don't cut off anything too important here. Yeah, it's fine, but it's still too big. What in the world? How are you so small? Okay, wait. No. That is no. All right, hold on. I've got another one. I'm going to redo that because I can't, it's too small. It's too small. All right. So we're going to quickly cut another one. That doesn't take very long. Let's do that. How in the world did I do that? So weird. Okay, 4 by 4. Is this one small too, or did this one? No, that one is small too. How did I do that? Maybe I scored it at the wrong measurement. I don't know. Okay, so it's 1 3/4. And then here. And then here. And then there. That's going going to end up being the same size. How bizarre. Okay, what if, let's put this in here and just, maybe fold it a little bit out. Did I do the wrong line? No, I didn't do the wrong line. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. And I know I need to round the corners. I'll do that here in a second. Just want to make sure. I'm so irritated by this. What the heck? How did that one end up being fine, but this one did not, and they were all the same? This has never happened before. What? Can I like fake it? Fake it till I make it. Okay, how about that? Does that fit it in there? Good enough. Yeah, it's super weird. So I've never done this. I've never had that happen before. That's bizarre. So they were all 4 inches when we began. I don't know, but I don't want to, you know, we're gonna move on. We're just gonna fake it and we're gonna move on, and it will be fine. Because like I said, you know, we're gonna be back here tomorrow doing more layouts, so it does not need to be perfect. It'll be good enough. No, crooked. There we go. Okay. Now I got 2 smaller ones that are going to be the same size, and they're cute together, these 2 patterns, so it'll get used another time. Okay, so let's peel this back up. See if I can remove, oh yeah, remove the tape from this one so I can reuse it. Okay. Normally, I wouldn't have cared that they were 2 different sizes. Like, that's not a big deal. But the problem is I don't want to reprint my journaling again or have to like resize it or anything. I like it the way it is. So I need the envelope to fit the journaling. And there we go. So there's like a little bit, there's a little bit of imperfection on there. That's okay though. Okay. Okay, so now let's return to what we were doing here, which is just going to be sticking everything down. So I'm going to grab some double-sided adhesive, especially for those envelopes, because with the envelopes being opened and closed and fussed with, we want to make sure that they are attached very well to the page. And also, as you know, my roller tape isn't my favorite, so I'm not going to use that. It has served its purpose for today. Okay, so that one's going to go there. So what I'm going to do first is just get tape on everything, and then we'll stick it all down. That way I can make sure that everything's even and where it should go. This one was fun to find ways, or find a way to incorporate these little envelopes in a different way than normal. So in the past, I've done, you know, a whole page that's filled with them. Last year in my October daily, I did a spread about booing, where I made a little mailbox, and then the mailbox was a pocket, and then inside of the pocket were a couple of envelopes like they were being sent in the mail. That one was really cute. That's probably one of my favorites. Was that one. It was just so cute. And what else have I done with envelopes? Most of the time, I just make a page out of them, or I might have a full page photo and then I stack, you know, 3 of them in a row because that looks really cute when you've got them all together. But this is also a good option too, that puts the focus less on the envelopes themselves. They're still there. They still add some dimension, interest, pattern, that sort of thing, but they are part of the greater picture with the collage of photos. I think that's kind of fun. Okay, and then these 2 little ones. Also, I wanted to just be able to use as many of these photos as I could from our park visit. And doing a grid of them works like that. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's stick everything down. Just want to figure out, I'm leaving enough space here for the hole punches, right? Let's double check that that's the right side. You know what, it is, because it goes on the back of this one. So holes need to be over there. Okay. I think I had planned on these envelopes being just a little bit bigger than they are. I mean, definitely this one, but I think this one too. Like, it's not as wide as I thought it was going to be. All right, so I think that'll do it. So what I'm going to do is the larger one across the middle first. We'll put that one on here first, because everything else lines up based on where this one goes. So we'll put it right about there. Okay. And then we'll keep going. Yeah, I'll have to see, Lindsay, if I did something different. Like, how did that happen? But that's a good suggestion, to go back and rewatch it and see, like, what the heck did I just do? Sometimes you get talking, you get chatting, and you do things without really thinking about it. So it's entirely possible that it is just straight up user error. Okay. And then we'll do this one next. Mallory, you're making major progress in your October stories from last year. That's excellent. I mean, that's still really fun, because now you get to go back and relive all those memories while you're doing your album. Putting together a project that's been on the unfinished list, you know? I think that's awesome to hear. Okay. Okay, 2 more. So I think I'll do this one and then I'll do the inside. So I can do my best to line it up where it should go. Right, because if you're going to be probably there, and maybe there. All right, let's do it. Just stick it down and move on. Oh, that would be awesome. Thank you. The Tombow, yeah, I definitely think that's part of the problem, is that they are, that it's not dot, you know, that the solid ones are just not, not doing it. So that would be fantastic. I'd love to give that a try. I'll message you after. Maybe after I go get the kids from school, or while I'm sitting there waiting for them. All right, so here we go. Let's throw that all back in over there. So here's envelopes one. Let's clear this mess a little bit so I cannot have garbage all over the place. And then that's garbage. That's all garbage. That will keep. And we'll keep. Okay. So, all right, so here we go. So we've got the pockets that now lift up a little easier, right? Because they are glued down. This one comes out super easy, goes in super easy. This one, you know, is a little tighter of a squeeze, but it still works. And then I've got my journaling for the story on the page. It does. Envelopes do create bulk. So this is going to be one of the probably bulkier pages of my album. But we're on story number 22. You know, we don't have too many more to go. So this one is going to go here. And it's darling. I like it. And if you weren't here at the beginning, I was saying that I miscalculated my layout yesterday, this one, which is super cute, but I miscalculated and realized that I should have had a story here first on the one page. So I'm gonna have to figure out something to put there. I don't know what yet. But boo, you know, boo, boo. Oh, well. Anyway, those are the 2 layouts from today. So we've got the envelopes here, and then we've got the stencil here. And that's that. That was actually pretty quick today, friends. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to be working on the next 3 layouts. So I've got one that is a gallery wall / frames, one that is layers of paper, which is what I'm going to be doing. I found something on Pinterest that I thought looked really cool, so I'm going to translate it to a page for October Daily. And then we need a prompt for today's story, which maybe will be grocery shopping. Who knows? That's what I need to do. So today, design prompt is going to be, whoops, maybe let's not drop everything everywhere. Design prompt for today, I'm going to, it's going to be stickers. Stickers is the prompt. Interesting. Okay, stickers. Actually, I have an idea for that, so that's cool. For the page I missed, put a cluster of fall Halloween words with alphabet stamps. Yes, that's kind of what I was thinking, Kelly. I was kind of thinking of doing a, maybe like a stamped page. I like the idea of fall words, just kind of words as a filler. I could also do something where it is, because it's going next to this one, which is a little bit on the busier side. So I was thinking I could do maybe like, let's put that away here. I could maybe do like a gray ink, use a gray, because that would tone things down a little bit. And I always like to stamp on angles. I think it makes it look more like pattern paper. So I could stamp it on an angle and then just put something, embellishment, you know, something in the middle of it that could work. So I had to think about it. I probably won't do that until next week. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, all right. So yes, tomorrow we've got gallery wall, stickers, and layers. Those are the 3 prompts. So I will see you all back here tomorrow. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday and that you enjoyed today's layouts, mistakes and all, because that's the fun of live. That's the fun of live. All right. Have a good one, friends. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.